Hello everybody, I'm going to be doing another DS comparison. This is number 2. I'm going to start from the oldest DS to the newest. Starting off with the Game & Watch, the Game Boy, Game Boy Pocket, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Light, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Advance SP, DS, Game Boy Micro, DS Lite, DSi, DSi XL, 3DS, 3DS XL, 2DS, new 3DS, new 3DS XL, Nintendo Switch, and last, new 2DS XL. So I'm going to be comparing them, and Game & Watch versus the Game Boy. It's the Game Boy. Game Boy's way better than Game & Watch. So let me circle that. Game Boy Pocket versus Game Boy Color. I'd say it's the Game Boy Color because they're about the same size, but the Game Boy Color has color on it, actual color, which is impressive. Game Boy Light versus Game Boy Advance. I'd say the Game Boy Light. I've seen all of them. They just get better and better. And Game Boy Advance SP versus the DS. It's the Game Boy Advance SP because the DS may have its talking thing, but it's definitely the Game Boy Advance SP. Okay, going on. So the Game Boy Micro versus DS Lite. It's probably going to be the Game Boy Micro because it's just a small version of the Game Boy. Just so much smaller. And then we have, we have the DSi versus the DSi XL. It's the DSi XL. 3DS versus 3DS XL. It's the 3DS XL. 2DS versus new 3DS. It's the new 3DS. Now, new 3DS XL versus Nintendo Switch versus new 2DS XL. I know they're all amazing, but the worst one is probably going to be the new 2DS XL. Nintendo Switch is the best. So now it's going to be the Game Boy versus the Game Boy Color. It's the Game Boy Color. So Game Boy Light versus Game Boy Advance, SP, Game Boy. I'd say it's the Game Boy Light. I've seen all of them. And Game Boy Micro versus DSi XL. It's the DSi XL. 3DS XL versus new 3DS. It's the new 3DS. And then it's the Game Boy Light versus Game Boy Color versus Game Boy Light. It is the Game Boy Light because it has a background light and light by color. So yeah. So then it's gonna be the DSi XL versus the new 3DS. It's the 3DS. So now it's Game Boy Light versus new 3DS. It's the 3DS, it wins. And then it's the new 3DS versus the Nintendo Switch. It's the Nintendo Switch. So get the Nintendo Switch if you want, it doesn't matter if you get it or not. You can choose which DS is yours. You want, call your mom if you want to get it. Tell your mom that you want it for Christmas, or put it on your wish list or something. Do whatever you want. Make sure to like and subscribe to my channel, and peace.